Everybody want to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do.
Lose? I don't lose! I win! I win! That's my job! That's what I do!
The only way out for me at that time was death. I'm going to be a Navy SEAL, or I'm going to die trying.
If I want to stop you, you have to kill me.
Your haters are out there holding their breath, waiting for you to fail. Make sure they suffocate.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! You're getting comfortable! Comfortability kills dreams! So get up and go get those games!
The truth of the matter is, I am the alpha. He really wants to be the alpha. He has no real reasoning in his mind for why he's not the alpha. And that's why there's a hatred there.
I had broken feet at the start line of a 135-mile race. I trained for that race with broken feet.
He who makes a beast of himself gets rid of the pain of being a man.
If you don't fail, you're not even trying. My wife told me this great expression. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did.
My mom take care of me and my two brothers alone, you know. Now, Dad, you proud of me, Dad. You proud of me.
I'm playing to win, and to win I will destroy you. I will do everything to win, and I need to win, because when I win is my proof that I am alive.
Where did you sleep when you arrived in Paris?
In the parking lot.
You slept in a parking lot?
Yeah.
How long did you sleep in the parking lot for?
Like 2 months.
For 2 months you slept in the parking lot?
Your family's looking for that one guy right now. They're looking for that one guy who's strong, who's that pillar for the family in hard times. Make sure they look around and find you. These are the times right now for you to step up. Be that guy that can take anything.
Have you gone mad? There is no glory to be had now. Only retreat or surrender or death.
But that's an easy choice for us. Spartans never retreat. Spartans never surrender.
A lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of a sheep.
And the question is, how do you let other people's opinions impact you?
I love this question. People, one thing you have to learn early in life, I didn't learn this till later on. You can't care what anybody thinks about you. If I cared what people thought about me, you think I'd be yelling out here, doing a 105-pound ruck, talking? This is who I am. Find out who you are, whoever that may be. I don't give a what you are. Find out who you are and own that motherfucker and tell people to go themselves.
I just can't live my life based upon what other people think about me. So I can't concern myself too much with what other people think. You know, it's just not healthy. I don't think I could continue to do what I do if I was constantly worrying about what somebody thought about it.
The only matter of concern to a wise and philosophic individual is the things completely under your control. You can't control the movements of the sun and the planets. You can't control the weather, you can't control other people, you can't control the society around you. There's only one thing, and one thing only, that you are in control of, and that is you. Your will, your intentions, yourself.
Those who have swords and know how to use them, but keep them sheathed, will inherit the world.
Mediocre people don't like high achievers, and high achievers don't like mediocre people. If you will be a champion, if you will be a beast, you're going to have to go through something. Ain't nobody going to hand you nothing. Ain't nobody going to hand you no championship. Ain't nobody going to hand you no title.
When I come on the field, I feel like that.
You feel like God?
I feel like God when I'm on the field.
An omnipotent.
I feel untouchable, and I feel I will smash everyone that comes in my way.
All the time you're complaining, you could be instead hustling. You could be instead chasing your dream. You could be instead figuring out what you're doing wrong, trying to improve certain aspects of your life, getting your together, reading a book, meditating, something. But this I can't catch a break is not helping anybody, and it pushes everybody away from you.
Don't complain. Don't talk negative. That's
Average people talk normal. Average people talk problems. The greats talk solutions. Average people use their time to whine and complain. Average people say it's their boss' fault, it's their mother's fault. I used to be average. I used to say, when is my daddy coming to get me? When is my biological father gonna come in my life? And while I would talk like that, I ended up getting kicked out of school. And while I talk like that, I ended up being homeless. And while I talk like that, I was broke. And then one day I woke up and said, Eric, nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to get you. But you can go to the library and get yourself.
A big challenge, a big pressure is like a fire. It's like a raging fire. Either you can allow this fire to consume you and just take you over completely, or you can gain control of this fire and harness it.
Whatever I'm afraid to do, I do it. Anything I'm afraid of, I confront it. Like right now, I'm scared to death. But as the fight gets closer, the less nervous I become because it's reality. And in reality, I'm invincible. I'm a savage. I'm ferocious. Smartest savage. Not but an animal, but a sophisticated animal, smart animal. The lion and the fox. I could beat the vicious guy, and I got outsmart the slickster. I love war. I love the act of war. I love the players in war. I love the philosophy of war. And there's a quote in Machiavelli, the Prince, and when they say, after you defeat the king and you cut off his head, you be audacious, and you say what you're going to do to the next ruler and the next prince that you're going to conquer, and that allows them to be intimidated.
Man, I'm built different, period. I was built different, man, and I've always had an eye, a discipline and a work ethic that I've had at a young age that I just apply it to everything that I want to do. So I would say that, rarely go out, reading, you know what I'm saying, trying to reverse engineer how to be successful, like how do I, start my own production company, how do I do this, how do I do that, and I always felt like if other cats was out partying and I was home studying, I would have the edge.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? If cats was out here doing this and that, being hungover the night before, I would have the edge if I wasn't.
If you're worried about something that someone did to you years ago, you're being a pussy to yourself, man. You're not getting out there and squeezing that soul out every day.
Yeah.
If you grind hard, man, I got time to worry about your monkey ass. I ain't got time to worry about you, man. Because tomorrow, I got to go back to the grind. And tomorrow, I go back to the grind again and again and again and again. I don't have time to put you into the hate bank. There's no hate. It's all filtered out, man, through the grind. People don't get it. There's great joy in the grind.
To win, you got to lose. To be successful, you got to have something that's not successful. To be happy, you got to have disappointment.
I actually wrote this down. The definition of aggressive, or one of the definitions of being aggressive, is forceful and sometimes overly assertive pursuit of one's aims. So, first of all, forceful we get, right? Sometimes overly assertive means sometimes that you have to go a little bit harder. And here's why that's important, because listen, in combat, almost nothing will happen the way you want it to if you don't force it that way. Right? You are coming against a powerful force, the enemy, nature, time. There's all kinds of things that are going against you. It's a losing battle. And if you don't use force of will, then you're not going to get it done. You have to be aggressive and make things happen.
You've got to ask yourself, what's your why? What motivates you? What pushes you? What drives you? And if that thing is internal, if nobody has to call you, if nobody has to prod you, if nobody has to reward you, if nobody has to give you anything, if you are self-motivated and self-regulated, you can have it, you can be it, you can do it.
And today, I'm no longer being a loser. Today, I'm going to change my path. I'm going to get on the path of success. I don't care how long that road is. I'm going to see it through no matter what. Because you know what? I've been living enough years in this hole. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm not happy with this. And I'm tired of making excuses. I'm tired of going through the same circular motion of I want to be different. And last I look, every single day I'm getting older. Meaning, I'm going to get older. I'm running out of time.
Going into combat, going into war, out of the 100 men that go into war, 10 shouldn't even be there. 80 of them are just targets. 10 do most of, or 9 do most of fighting. 1 is a warrior. And it's a true quote to life. I saw it going through training, I saw it everywhere I went. There's so many people who just show up to life that shouldn't even be around. And there's few people who do all the work. I wanted to be part of that 9, and I'm working towards being that 1.
The hardest battle you'll ever fight is the one with the man in the mirror.
He knows your weaknesses, your doubts, and every excuse you've ever made.
But here's the truth. That man isn't your enemy. He is your greatest project.
Every decision you make today is shaping you.
Every rep, every risk, every sacrifice, it's for him.
Your future depends on what you do today. The time for action is now.
Will you let excuses and mistakes hold you back? Or will you make the man in the mirror the best version he can ever be?
Most people say, nah, man, I'm working all the time, traveling, man. That's my excuse, man. Couldn't get to the gym, you know, I got a good excuse. Sure, you got an excuse. But if you want it bad enough, you find a way. If you don't want it bad enough, you find an excuse.
It always looked brutal. People waking up early and doing all these things. It looked horrible. I was like, wow, man, I got to start doing that. Not to get better, bigger, and stronger, but that is what's going to build me. That looks uncomfortable. That looks brutal. And getting up early, I don't want to do that. So I made this long list of things I don't want to do. And through that, I found myself. I'm like, you guys aren't doing this in high school. You guys aren't getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, running over here in this golf course. So I started seeing myself very differently than the average human being. I was like, hang on a second. I have something they don't have. And that's when I started to develop these things through working out. It was this great, never-ending work ethic. And through work ethic, I developed self-esteem.
I became bulletproof. I became invincible here in my body. Now, nothing can stop me. Not you can throw anything at me. There's nothing that can break my mindset. Nothing. I'm bulletproof.
So you arrive in Paris, you're sleeping in a car park. How do you find a gym, pay for a gym?
Next day, I was after it. So I finally get where I could start that dream that I've been having for a decade.
What do you do? Do you just walk up to the boxing gym and say, hey, can I come here for free?
Yeah, basically what I walked in the front desk and they gave me this form. And then I saw the price and everything and I couldn't afford it. Then I'm like, can I talk to a coach, to the boxing coach? And the lady said, the boxing coach is not there today, but he has his substitute is there, you can talk to him. And I just explained straightforward, like, okay, I arrived in Paris yesterday, I don't have where to sleep, you know, but what I want a place to train, so that's why I wanted to see a coach, if he can let me train here, because I have no money, I have nowhere to sleep, I have nothing, but the only thing that I'm asking for is a place to train, because I want to become a world champion.
Differential of somebody winning and losing has nothing to do with their genetics, has nothing to do with their potential. It's their perseverance, always showing up. A person that's willing to gamble it. You show up, then you have a chance. If you don't show up, the outcome's simple. Never there, like an audition. If you show up to the audition, there's a chance you might get the part. If you're too scared to show up and you sit back at home, wondering what if and everything else, no one in hell is gonna call you an opportunity because you weren't present. The winners always show up. They're willing to lose in order to gain. Big mental thing there, guys. This body, as great as you are, as sharp as you make the arsenal, it can't do anything if you don't have confidence in yourself. We all fall down in life. The question is, who gets back up? You go after and you give it all you have. If you lose, at least you try, man. I failed. It's 10 times more of a man than someone said, what if? Because what if never went to the arena.
It's exciting when you win, it's exciting when you lose, because the process should be exactly the same, whether you win or you lose. As you go back and you look and you find things that you could have done better, you find things that you've done well that worked, figure out how did they work, why did they work, how can you make them work again?
Yeah.
And but the hardest thing is to face that stuff.
You have to be your own motivator, your own coach, your own trainer, your own everything. So to do that, you have to come into work, and work is whatever your work may be, ready to go. And what that means is you may have failed miserably yesterday, but you come to work like, people like, man, you just lost everything. How the hell are you just damn motivated? Because this is what it takes. This is what the f it takes. And you gotta get it from wherever you can. Whether you make up this
illusion of your life or this false reality that gets you motivated, whatever gets you motivated, it's got to be here at the tip of your brain at all times. Because in those dark moments, you gotta pull it out.
To persist when things really get rough, to be able to pick yourself up and pick yourself up over and over again. And believe me, if you decide to go for the goal in your life, you're going to get knocked down over and over and over and over again. Every single week you're going to have heartaches and disappointments and frustrations and setbacks and obstacles, but without those obstacles, no success is possible. You see, the only way we can be successful is if we develop momentum. And we cannot develop the momentum unless we are struggling with obstacles. And struggle with adversity goes hand in hand with all great success. What most people do is they back away from adversity. But if you want to see if you're a brave person, wait when things go completely to pieces, when things are the worst, when your very best deal falls apart and your rent is late and you're tired and you're sick and everybody is mad at you and your car doesn't work, then it's the person that picks themselves up and says, nothing is going to stop me.
In other words, the wise man, the truly philosophical man, is the man who is entirely in control of his own soul, who takes utter and complete moral responsibility for his actions, and is indifferent to everything else, not because he doesn't care about other people, not because he doesn't care about the felicity of the entire human species, but because it's not under his control. There's no use wondering or worrying about what tomorrow will bring, since tomorrow isn't under your control. Do what's right today, and let tomorrow take care of itself.
When you guys find a fear, that fear will either create you or destroy you. I love fear, and the reason why, behind every fear is a person you want to be. Fear is self-imposed, meaning it doesn't exist. You create it, you can destroy it too. It's an intangible. If you face your fears, guys, you will realize it's not that big. And once you face it, you go, oh my God, man, I spent all this time running from it. It was so small. If I just faced it, my God, not only did I face it, I beat it back, energy's never lost, transferred. That negative energy, that fear, is destroyed. It comes back in as confidence. You're like, what else am I capable of? What else am I holding my back from that I'm capable of more? What am I running from I don't need to? What else can I overcome? You face your fears, you become the person you want to be. You run from your fears, you're not living. You're alive, but you're not taking the freedom. You're not running the day. The day's running you. You always be the servant, not the master, guys.
Like for me, what got me in trouble with the Navy SEALs is I wanted to be one so bad. So bad. I fought my ass off. And I saw them as uncommon people. Very uncommon. But once you become a Navy SEAL, you're all Navy SEALs, so guess what happens? You're common again. I wanted to be uncommon amongst uncommon people. I wanted to be the guy, I don't care if you're light, I don't care if you don't understand me. I didn't give a once I went through this journey, this path of life, you ain't got there's a whole bunch of guys that don't like me. I don't give a I'm a warrior, period. There's a lot of guys that have been in a lot more combat than me. A warrior is not always that. A warrior is a who says, hey, I'm here again today. I'm here again tomorrow. I'm gonna be here the next day. I'm 50 years old, I'm still getting after it. It's a person that puts no limit on what's possible.
You know what's the number one way you measure somebody that's hungry? Very simple. Their sense of urgency. That's simple.
When you feel that pressure inside of you and it's very heavy, like weather that's very, heavy and thick, you're motivated, you feel it, I've got to get up in the morning, I've got to do this, I've got to accomplish this. When that pressure goes away and you don't feel any pressure in your life, you can do anything and there's no consequences for it. You'll just waste time, you'll waste years, you'll waste months, you'll never accomplish anything. You give somebody a deadline, right? They'll accomplish in 2 months what it would take somebody 2 years to do without a deadline. It's that necessity, it's that sense of there's a sword at my back, I've got to get it done. It makes you get things done, it gives you the energy.
My parents were great. Growing up, they instilled in me the importance of imagination, of curiosity, and understanding that, okay, if you want to accomplish something, I'm not just going to sit here and say, yes, you can do whatever you want. Mm-hmm. Yes, you can, but you have to also put in the work to get there, right? So they taught me that at a really early age, man. And when you grow up as a kid thinking that the world is your oyster and all things are possible if you put in the work to do it, you grow up having that fundamental belief.
So the best advice I can give to anyone, especially the young men who are 13, 14, 15, who, are sitting in their room playing video games and their mother's still bringing them sandwiches, if she continues to care about you that much and you lean on it, you're going to be a nobody. And if she says, okay, you're 18 now, get the fuck out of my house, you're going to be a nobody until you make something of yourself. So the best advice every young man needs to hear is nobody gives about you at all until you make them give. People give about me and Andrew now. Why? Would you have given about me if I just stayed in my room playing video games from age 18 till now? No, you wouldn't know who the fuck I was.
I thought everybody cares about me. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares. It's only a small percentage of population. Nobody gives a damn. And even if they do, what? You make a mistake, you zig when you should have zagged, you get clipped. So what? Everybody make mistake.
I had to invent a guy that didn't exist. I had to invent a guy that can take any pain, any suffering, any kind of judgment, be called whatever in the world, and be able to stand in the room and say, go yourself. I had to build this callous mind, and I built it through suffering. I built it through downright and just crushing myself. If it was raining outside at 3 o'clock in the morning, if it was snowing, the first instinct is don't go out there and do. My instinct was, we gotta go out there. Anything that was horrible in my life that I would normally say no, that was inhumane to most people, I had to go do it. And I started callousing my mind at this point in my life.
We're putting the work in now, so we never wonder what if. Not run by the clock. Run by our desire where we want to go tomorrow. Our competition's f***ing asleep right now. We're getting ahead of that competition. The margins between first and loser, the second place finisher, growing and growing and growing. They're all gonna fight for second place. They won't be able to keep up with you. That's being on the right path, man. Never looking back to our past. The past is great. We're proud of it. But it's not the current day. All that shit is created who we are right now, where life begins, and how we feel, where we want to go, using that information to excel ourselves to the future of where we want to be tomorrow, which is right now, last I looked. Not when the sun comes up. It's when we're ready to get up.
When someone says, well, today I just need to sleep in, it's that bull. Yeah. You don't need to sleep in. This country was not built on sleeping in. So let's get up in the morning and let's get on that bike and let's do some exercise and don't even think about it. Don't look at your email or anything like this. Let's just get going. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get going. Let's start building.
5% of a person's success has to do with strategy, with plans. 95% has to do with the mindset. You could be the smartest person in town. If you've got the wrong mindset, nothing's going to work properly.
I tell young people now all the time, I definitely tell my kids, if you are even remotely a savage, you'll run these people over. This next generation, and I know that every generation thinks the generation after them is soft. If you are even remotely a savage, you will run over every one of these kids in this next generation.
My personal goal is to squeeze every ounce of potential out of whatever I have. And I think that if you feel like you have potential left over, then it will eat you alive until you do something about it.
Preparing to do the thing isn't doing the thing. Scheduling time to do the thing isn't doing the thing. Making a to-do list for the thing isn't doing the thing. Telling people you're going to do the thing isn't doing the thing. Messaging friends who may or may not be doing the thing isn't doing the thing. Writing a banger tweet about how you're going to do the thing isn't doing the thing. Hating on yourself for not doing the thing isn't doing the thing. Hating on other people who have done the thing isn't doing the thing. Hating on the obstacles in the way of you doing the thing isn't doing the thing. Fantasizing about all of the adoration you'll receive once you do the thing isn't doing the thing. Reading about how to do the thing isn't doing the thing. Reading about how other people did the thing isn't doing the thing. Reading this essay isn't doing the thing. The only thing that is doing the thing is doing the thing.
Let me teach you the real life, how it really is. The reason why you're a loser, and the reason why you're not making it, and the reason why you're trying to go through all these, I go to all these conventions, speak all the time. I look in the audience and these people sign up every year to go to convention, thinking they're gonna learn something different. No, you're lazy, you know exactly what to do. Because even me, in my state of, I can't read and write, I knew exactly what to do. It just sucks doing it. It sucks to do it. It sucks to wake up every morning of your life and say, God, man, I'm not smart. So guess what I gotta do? I gotta study the same that I got one of the highest scores in the nation on, and do it again, do it again, do it again. It's not just there.
If you haven't gotten what you want, then you're not worthy of it, period. And that's okay. Now you can admit that you suck and improve. Better to know you're bad for a season than pretend you're good for a lifetime. You're not making as much money as you want because you're not as good as you think you are. You're not struggling from imposter syndrome. You're a student and pretending to be a teacher. No students say they feel like frauds for trying to learn. You're a fraud when you get up to teach the class, and you've never done it.
And there's no excuses, there's no days off, there's no, not willing to grind and, everybody's against me and this didn't happen for me because of this and that and all this whining and put this bullshit that a lot of people do these days. It's these people who dive in and they're hardcore and they're focused and they know what they want, they know who they are, and they lay out these short-term goals and this roadmap on how to get there. Most of those people make it.
When I look at people's lives and I say, what makes people successful? I love, wickedly smart people. I love intelligence. But you and I both know there are a lot of very smart people that can't find their way out of a paper bag, right? What I found is, in my own experience, is the number one ingredient is hunger. If somebody's got a hunger that doesn't go away, not a hunger to lose some weight for the summer, I'm talking about hunger to be more, to do more, to create more, to become something, to give something that matters. That kind of hunger that doesn't go away.
You find the fear, the quickest, the easiest way you can beat it is initially, right when it comes in. If you allow it to sit, it will grow roots and start breaking you down, destroying the potential of the person you can be. Again, the champions, guys. It's not their potential, it's not their genetics. It's their perseverance to always show up, always willing to fail, because in failure, that's part of success. Success is not, a marathon of life with just ups. Success is formulated through failures, through facing your fears, through falling down and getting back up. That's what creates the champion. Success does not define us. We define the success.
You need to do what you're supposed to do, not what you feel like doing. That's the difference between a man and a child. You do not become a man doing what you feel like doing. You become a man doing what you're supposed to do. The men on the Titanic didn't feel like dying that day. It's your duty.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
Everybody's great when they're not tired. The champions is when they tired, that's when the real champions come out.
I came with this thing called perform without purpose. And so many people, they need to have a 5K, a 10K. I need to have a course in front of me. I need to have something in front of me for me to get my f***ing ass up and do some shit. And that used to be me. And nowadays, for the past 20-some years, I don't need purpose. And people miss out on this, man. The purpose, we're all looking for this golden purpose. Is it this? Is it that? Is it making money? Is it my family? Purpose is you. We forget that.
You want to become best, you want to become champion, and now you want to say like you're tired? Who cares? You're tired or not? Nobody cares about you. Without you or with you, there is always going to be champions. With your name, this is your choice. You want to put your name there? Okay, work hard. No? Bye-bye.
It's the unseen work. I'm out running at 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, in the gym, long sessions by myself. That's real. How am I able to just extract dopamine, the good dopamine whenever I want? Man, I've trained 99% of my life alone. No one pat me on the back. I did all of the work alone. And while I'm still hard on myself, I know what I did. So whenever times get bad for people, all this, who's gonna carry the bolts and luck? That's real. I hate that people know me for that guy, because that guy is not every day. Like when they see me, they want that energy. That's not me every day. I can extract it immediately when I need to, because when you train alone, and I lived alone for so many years in this misery, and you're able to get out by yourself, I can take myself to such a level of real passion and purpose, and like the feeling I get is something I can't even explain by myself. I don't need anyone. That's why people come to me to motivate them. No one can motivate me.
People's opinion of you is none of your business, nor should you make it yours. You get in a lot of trouble worrying about what somebody think about you, when really, what difference do it make? Whether they wrong or right, and what difference do it make? The majority of people who have a negative viewpoint of you really don't even know you.
I have spent my whole life scared, frightened of things that could happen, might not happen. 50 years I spent like that. Finding myself awake at 3 in the morning. But you know what? I came to realize it's that fear that's the worst of it. That's the real enemy. So, get up. Get out with the real one.